Welcome back to English So-So, the podcast where we break down English learning myths and help you build real confidence. I'm Sam.
And I'm Jordan. Today, we're tackling one of the biggest misconceptions in English learning, the idea that you need to sound exactly like a native speaker to be successful.
That's right. We're diving into English accents, why you don't need to sound like a native speaker. So, Jordan, let's start with the elephant in the room. Why are so many English learners obsessed with sounding native?
Oh, Sam, this is such a common pressure. I think it comes from movies, social media, and this idea that there's only one correct way to speak English. But here's the truth. There are over 1.5 billion English speakers worldwide. And guess what? Only about 400 million are native speakers.
Exactly. That means the majority of English speakers learned it as a second language. Think about successful people like Priyanka Chopra from India, Antonio Banderas from Spain, or Jackie Chan from Hong Kong. Do they sound like they're from London or New York? No! But are they incredibly successful communicating in English? Absolutely.
Let's talk about this myth of the perfect accent. Sam, which accent should learners aim for? British, American, Australian?
This is the trap. Even within these countries, there are dozens of accents. In America alone, you have Southern drawls, New York accents, California surfer speech, Boston accents. In the UK, Liverpool sounds completely different from Scottish, which is nothing like Welsh English.
And here's what's really important. Clarity and communication matter more than accent. I once worked with a student from Nigeria. She had a beautiful Nigerian accent, spoke clearly, and was more eloquent than many native speakers I know. Should she change her accent? Absolutely not.
Let's talk success stories. Jordan, you've worked with students from all over the world. Can you share some examples of non-native speakers who've achieved incredible success without losing their accent?
Oh, I have so many. There's Maria from Mexico who became a top sales manager at a Fortune 500 company. Her Mexican accent, it made her more memorable in meetings, not less professional. Then there's Hiroshi from Japan, now a successful YouTuber with 2 million subscribers. His Japanese accent is part of his brand charm.
Yes, and think about global leaders. Angela Merkel spoke English with a German accent. Shinzo Abe with a Japanese accent. Did anyone question their intelligence or capability? Never.
So if accent isn't the priority, what should English learners focus on?
Great question. Here are the real priorities. Number 1, clarity. Can people understand what you're saying? Number 2, confidence. Do you speak without hesitation and fear? Number 3, vocabulary. Can you express complex ideas? Number 4, grammar accuracy. Are your sentences structured correctly?
And let's add cultural awareness, understanding context, appropriate formality levels, and when to use certain expressions. This is way more valuable than perfecting pronunciation.
All right, let's get practical. For our listeners who are worried about their accent, what's your advice, Jordan?
First tip, embrace your accent. It's part of your identity and story. Second, focus on problem sounds, not changing your whole accent, but fixing sounds that cause confusion. For example, if people can't distinguish between your L and R sounds, work on those specifically. Third, slow down. Many accent problems disappear when you speak more slowly and clearly.
Love that. And here's something I always tell my students. Record yourself speaking about topics you're passionate about. When you're excited and engaged, your natural communication style shines through, accent and all.
Let's talk about the reality of global English, Sam.
Absolutely. In international business, you're more likely to speak English with other non-native speakers than with native speakers. I remember being in a meeting with colleagues from Germany, Korea, Brazil, and Egypt, all speaking English. Nobody sounded native, but communication was perfect because everyone prioritized clarity over accent.
Exactly. And here's something beautiful. When you keep your accent, you're representing your culture and background. You're adding diversity to the English-speaking world, not just copying it.
Now, some listeners might be thinking, but what if people judge me for my accent? Jordan, how do we address this very real concern?
This is valid, and unfortunately, accent bias does exist. But, and this is important, the solution isn't to hide who you are. The solution is to be so competent, so clear, and so confident that your skills speak louder than your accent. Plus, most professional environments today celebrate diversity. Your accent might actually be an advantage. It shows you're multilingual, culturally aware, and adaptable.
Before we wrap up, let's give our listeners some action steps. What can they do this week to start embracing their English accent?
Action step 1. Record yourself having a 5-minute conversation about your hobby. Listen back, focus on clarity, not accent. Action step 2. Find your communication heroes, successful non-native English speakers in your field. Study how they communicate. Action step 3. Join international groups, online communities where English is the common language, but everyone has different accents.
And action step 4, practice self-compassion. Stop criticizing your accent and start celebrating your multilingual abilities.
Remember, friends, your accent tells a story. It says, I'm brave enough to learn a new language. I'm connecting across cultures. I'm part of the global community.
That's beautiful, Jordan. So let's recap. Focus on clarity, not perfection. Build confidence, not mimicry. Embrace your unique voice in the English-speaking world. That's all for today's episode of Speak Up. If this helped you, please subscribe and share with someone who needs to hear this message.
Until next time, keep speaking, keep growing, and remember, your voice matters, accent and all.
Bye, everyone.